what are the top 5, top 10, whatever number you want to put on it, worst things that the pharmaceutical industry has done?
Yeah, well, I mean, running sort of backwards, opioids clearly, the hiding, one of the worst things that happens is company after company comes across some moment at which they hide adverse effects that are rolling in, and they don't report them to health authorities, and then it takes people literally dying before that catches up. And that's happened not only on Vioxx, which Merck had out as a pain pill that caused all types of serious heart problems. It happened on the contraceptive pill. It happened on hormone replacement therapy. It's happened on antibiotics and on benzodiazepines, mild tranquilizers. So that story is one of the worst elements of what the pharmaceutical industry has done, is what I call the hiding of serious side effects in which people's lives are at stake, and then later coming up. And this is the key. This is what has played out as the history in this. And time again, it's infuriating to see it. And I have chapters on AIDS and HIV. You see the slow response of the government, and then you see the degree to which drug companies come in and try to game it. You see it happen on a previous pandemic, swine flu in 1976, at which 4 drug companies refused to give 100 million doses of the vaccine to the federal government under Gerald Ford unless they had a promise for a fair profit, and they were given a pass on all claims of liability, which they got from the federal government. So there's a whole bunch of stories here that are terrible. But what is part of the DNA of the pharmaceutical industry is that what happens when they're caught? They're fined. That's the end of it. They plead guilty to some criminal charge, which is a civil criminal charge only, meaning they pay a fine and they walk out of court. Very seldom do they go to prison. It happened recently with a small drug company that had a fentanyl product out, Insys, but that's it, because otherwise they pay the fine. They get to keep their country club memberships. They don't lose any. They have no shame in the community, and they continue in some cases to do business. They're not even banned from the pharmaceutical industry. That's a shame that we allow it to be that, because that's the cost of doing business for them. They make so much money that it doesn't matter. So OxyContin, the drug from Purdue Pharma, made $35 billion in sales from the time it went on sale in 1996. The Sackler family went from 0 to $14 billion in net worth, according to Forbes, in 2015, based upon that single drug. And when they got caught and had to plead guilty to felonies in 2007, the company paid a $600 million fine. And that was it. Now the company is finally in bankruptcy because the claims against it are too many. But otherwise, they pay the fine like $600 million, and they still continue to make the profit. And that happens time and time again. It's infuriating.